take a good look at the cable that they used.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video here at Truck and Life. Today we're going to go ahead and react to the Peruvian trucker on YouTube. He's a prime driver, owner operator, or lease operator or whatever. And he's telling a story that he parked at Planet Fitness and got booted for $3,000. Yep, 3 grand. So let's go ahead and react to his video, and then we'll go ahead and give comments here and there and our opinions and stuff like that. So here we go.
I parked at a plaza in Shelby, North Carolina that had a Planet Fitness in it. I have been to that Planet Fitness once before. Never stayed overnight. But when I was at that plaza that one time, there were 2 trucks as well. So I figured out maybe I can try parking at some point. Well, that was last night. And as I got there, there were 7 trucks parked. So I had some reassurance on my decision, assuming that nothing.
See, so let's go ahead and pause that for a second. So that's one thing that I can tell you from experience, guys, especially you new truck drivers. Anytime you go to a place where you're scouting to see if you can park there, just because there's other trucks there doesn't necessarily mean that you can park there. So you want to go ahead and do your homework and research, and look out for any signs that say no parking, or maybe get on some Google reviews, like if it's a Walmart or something like that, and make sure that you can park there so that you're not in the situation to where you end up getting booted. You know what I mean? And it's going to be your expense. I can't speak for every company out there as far as being a company driver, if that would be something that the company would take care of, or it would be driver, but more than likely it's probably going to be the driver. So just be careful when you're looking for parking and pay attention.
Was going to happen. I got there at around 9:30 at night. Planet Fitness was already closed, unfortunately. It closed at 9 o'clock. So I went to bed. I'm like, perfect. In the morning, I'll go to the gym, I'll shower, and I'll start my day fresh. But as you saw in the intro, at 2 in the morning, roughly, a towing company knocked on my door. They booted all 7 trucks, and they wanted payment. A person associated with this towing company knocked on my window. They tried really hard. I was really tired.
Wake the fuck up!
And I didn't realize what was going on as I was coming or waking up. As I was waking up. But I realized someone was knocking on my door. So I, moved to the front, lowered my window. Representative or individual associated with the towing company tells me that I've been booted for being parked in private property after hours, and that I have to go to the group of people by the police cars. The police were there to get more information. So obviously I'm a little disoriented still. I'm on my pajamas, just woke up. But I go back there, put on my clothes, and make my way to the group of people. The drivers of the other trucks, 2 police cars, and 2 cars from the people that booted us. I immediately go to one of the police officers and I ask them, I don't ask them, I tell them that I was told to come to the group to figure out what's going on. And the only words from the police officer were, this is a civil matter, you're on private property, you got to take care of it with these people.
So what would you do in that situation, drivers? With there being so many scammers out there, towing companies that are not legit and official, you know what I mean? Yeah, the officers are there, but these con artists have gotten pretty good about getting away or figuring out a way to be able to get your money. You know what I'm saying? How do I know that officer's real? You know what I'm saying? How do I know that the towing company's real? If it would have been me personally, the very first thing that I would have done is I would have called 911 or the non-emergency number or whatever. What is it? 411, I think it is. But anyhow, one of those two, right? And I would want to make sure and confirm that the officer that is actually on site is an actual officer for that county or city that I'm in, right? To make sure it's good. The second thing that I would do is I would do a little bit of research. You know, I know it's kind of quick because everything's going on like right then and there, right? But I want to make sure that that towing company is actually legit, you know, before I start making any payments or anything, you know, because like, what if you're dealing with a scammer? You don't know that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they somehow got a fake police car and somebody who's just has their Halloween costume or whatever and is impersonating an officer. Like, crap like that does happen, you know what I mean? So that would have been the very first thing that I would have done is I want to make sure that that officer is an actual legit officer.
Pointing at the towing company people. So I talked to the towing company, one of the people associated with the towing company, and they give me a card, the one that I'm putting on the screen right now. And they told me that I gotta contact them to
See, that card right there looks like really just basic. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it does the job, but like usually a reputable company will have like a little bit better card. I mean, it's just a blue card with text than pretty much anybody could just print out on their printer. You know what I'm saying? So like those are little clues right there that would end up being red flags for me that would cause me to make sure, like try to do a little bit of homework to make sure that I'm dealing with an actual company, like a towing company.
to pay to get unbooted or to get the cable removed. And as this information is being relayed to me, one of the drivers was pleading that they were a company driver, and another driver said that they had just gone off the phone with them and they wanted $3,000.
Who wants to bend over and take it?
And then another driver started complaining because they didn't have that kind of money.
Everybody's broke right now. Who has $3,000 to pay for somebody to take off a cable or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like that's insane. You know, I've seen some of them that are, you know, on the internet, YouTube, just the way you're looking at it right now, that they're, you know, $400 or $500. But $3,000, man, $3,000. That's insane.
You know, I just nod along to what I'm listening, but I'm going through my own thought process in my head. One of the drivers was saying, we're not supposed to pay. We should like collect phone numbers and sue them. Like I said, I just nod along. I go back to my truck. I grab my flashlight. I take a good look at the cable that they used to see if there's something I can do, you know. My clock's ran out. I have like 0 hours because I'm in the middle of my break. So even if I mean, I don't know that if I had the tools to cut that off, I might have attempted to it, and probably taken a log violation over paying $3,000.
Hell yeah, I would have cut that bad boy off. I definitely got the tools in my truck to cut that bad boy off. You know, I got big ass pliers that'll cut that type of cable, or I got a die grinder with a cutting disc on it. I'll definitely get that bad boy off. You know what I'm saying? But that's just it. If we were to cut it off, are we going to get in any sorts of trouble? Let's just assume the officer's a real officer and the company is an actual legit towing company. Can they take me to court? Can I get arrested right there and then? Like, do I have to like absolutely pay? Because at that point, it's going to be like you're destroying their property, even though it's a cable. You know what I'm saying? So those would be the things that would be contemplated to my mind. Can I get it off? Hell yeah, I can get it off. But is that going to cause me more grief in the long run? You know what I mean?
But obviously it's 2 a.m. I don't have any tool that can do that, so I'm pretty much caught with my pants down. I look at the wire and it's a thick wire, and you know, I have my bolt cutters, but there's no way my bolt cutters are going to cut that. My concern wasn't the wheels, my concern was the airlines. They strategically wrapped.
They definitely strategically wrapped it around the Air Airlines or whatever, but I would have still been able to get around that. Let's just say assume I don't have my die grinder and I don't have the cable cutter or whatever, right? I would have taken those lines off, you know, looped it underneath, back around or whatever. Your truck has plenty of power, and that's just a stupid little cable to where if you just go forward slowly, it'll just snap that cable. It ain't gonna break that that leaf spring or whatever right there, you know, your suspension, you know what I mean? But again, it comes down to, if I destroy their property, the cable, am I gonna get any more trouble?
The cable around one of the brake chambers, to where if you were to move, you would rip off the air lines on the brake chamber, and that would be the end. So there was no way. I mean, I get back on the truck, and I called the number. I couldn't get through. I called like, I don't know, I must have called like 5 or 6 times, got voicemail multiple times. I finally get through, and I speak with
I guess they don't want their money, huh?
the representative of the towing company. You know, there were 4 people in 2 cars from the towing company at the scene, the ones that booted us, that said that if we didn't, you know, get this resolved, we were going to get towed. But none of them was giving me any more information. They gave us the cards to call the number on the cards and try to get it resolved. This person answers the phone, and I explain to him, hi, I just got booted at a Planet Fitness in Shelby, North Carolina. And the guy proceeds to tell me right away that it's going to be $3,000, right?
Who wants to bend over and take it?
So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video there, guys. I'll go ahead and link down the Peruvian trucker's full video down there below. Go show the guy some love and watch his video. But I'm gonna go ahead and summarize my understanding of what happened. So he went to the Planet Fitness to go work out, and they do allow parking there as long as it's during business hours. Obviously, he had stated that he had got there after business hours, and he also said that there was signs there that you can get towed or booted, and that the fine could be between $1,500 to $3,000. He also mentioned in the video that those prices are set by the county that he was in, which I think that they're insane. You know what I mean? $3,000, that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? But whenever I look at a sign like that, I just try to do everything possible to just go ahead and go somewhere different. You know what I mean? Because you're taking that chance. Like, he took the chance by looking at the other trucks that were there and said, you know, I think I'll be all right. And it ended up costing him $3,000. Like, it's just mind-boggling to me. You know what I mean? Like, in today's world of truck driving right now, like $3,000 is a lot of money for just to get a stupid piece of cable off. You know what I mean? But I wonder if that company was legit. Those are the steps that I would have taken to see if those company that towing company was, you know, a real company that I was gonna have to give money to. And that's really the question that I have for anybody watching this video. What would happen if you do cut it and leave it? Like, will the officer just, you know, he did say it's a civil matter, right? So if I destroy their cable, that means that they could just take me to court and I'm able to leave, because my truck is my truck. You know what I mean? And their cable is their cable. You know what I mean? Like, would that be a civil matter where they could just take me to court? Would the towing company take me to court because I destroyed, you know, a maybe what, $100 cable or whatever? You know what I mean? But the point being here, guy, is that you got to be careful where you park now in these days, and look out for signs, you know, that have, you know, towing enforcement on there. And, you know, it's kind of crappy that, you know, there's so many trucks out on the road and everybody struggles with parking. Like, this guy's trying to do the right thing. I've watched other videos from him before. You know, he's trying to stay in shape, you know, work out, and, you know, and pretty much further his healthy, a better healthy lifestyle while he's out on the road, right? And you can't even do that. You know, it's because it's like now $3,000. Like, I would say, like, if you're a member at one of those gyms, like, the gyms ought to have a place for you to be able to park or whatever if you go work out. A lot of drivers use those gyms to go do the workout, they take a shower, and then they take off the rest of the day or whatever, right? But, you know, the problem here is that, well, it's private property now. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought that that was just kind of a little bit, you know, over the top. You know, $3,000 for a cable to get removed is absolutely insane in my opinion. But at the same time, like, it was kind of his fault too. Like, he saw the sign, you know, he was able to read the sign, and it clearly said that there was towing enforcement after business hours, and it could be between $1,500 to $3,000. So his gamble kind of didn't go his way, and it ended up costing him $3,000. He also mentioned later on in the video that he wasn't sure if everybody else paid their bill as well, as well or whatever, or if they let them go and he was just kind of like the guinea pig or whatever. Like, I feel for the guy, like, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks, like it sucks. Like, I'm not happy that he had to pay $3,000 out of his hard-earned money, you know what I mean, to just get a cable off or whatever. But like, those are it's more of like a teaching moment. Like, I'm not shitting on the Peruvian trucker or whatever. Like, I feel for the guy, and it's just, man, $3,000. I just can't I just can't wrap my mind around, it being $3,000 to remove a boot or whatever. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I got for you guys today, guys. Like I said, there's a little bit more to the story, but I'll link his video down below, and go check him out or whatever. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the content. Comment down below your thoughts. Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Was it his fault? Was it not his fault? Do you think that the fee's excessive, not excessive? Whatever you may be thinking or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you guys on the next one. For the drivers that are driving down the road, you guys stay safe. Any of you guys viewing at the home, you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out.
Like, share, and subscribe.